all right, family. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Mr. O, and we are live on the road. I first of all want to thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone for the support. It's been so overwhelming. It's been so welcoming. In fact, I really respect all of you. Respect the Nigerian family, the Ghanaian family, those reaching me from Germany, Europe, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Kenya. Thank you so much. Thank you, Africa. You're all welcome to another video, another opportunity for us to interact. Yeah. So today I just want to share a little bit of myself. Samuel Luciano, thank you. I've seen your message and I'll definitely get back to you. All right. Yes. We'll interact in the back door to see how best we can move things forward. Yes. Let's come around, family. Let's come around and have a family talk. Let's have a family talk. Yeah, today the weather is a bit better here, so I'm just driving in town a little bit. And I want to use this opportunity to share one or two things with us. And in our quest to Japan. As we always say, whichever way you want to use, and in fact, somebody will say either by hook or crook, you must Japan. When I was a kid, I used to say that I love Jamaica. Oh, let me give shout out to my Jamaican family. I love Jamaica so much that one day, even if I die, they should just take my corpse to Jamaica, around Kingston, and bring it back before they bury me. I mean, that is how I was thinking. So I always tell people, no matter which means you have to use, so long as it is legal, all right? So long as it is a legal means, you have to make sure you make something better for your life. Yeah. Yesterday I was asking the question whether to travel or not to travel. And a lot of reactions, a lot of people gave their opinions. And I was asking that the decision to move and not to move is individualized. Okay, it must be your individual plan, individual purpose. When I made the decision to move here, it wasn't an easy one. It wasn't simple. But I looked at my life. I looked at how I was living. Then I made a decision. It was in my spirit for a long time. It didn't just come on one day. I didn't just get up one day and say, hey, I'm going outside. No. It was imbibed in me for a very, very long time. And I was brooding over it. I was preparing myself. In fact, I was in the cooler for a long time. I was in the preparation room for a very long time. Until the right time and the right day came. And boom, it just came up like that. And it came up with, with everything attached. A good job, legally, you are staying here, your family can come. It just fell on the lap. But it didn't come up just because I wanted to travel. Alright? I was able to do that based on years of preparation. So I always tell people, the days or the years that you are waiting, maybe, just maybe, God is just preparing you. All right? God is just preparing you. And at the right time and at the right place, things will just fall in place just like that, you know. So do not be afraid. Do not be scared. Do not give up. I always tell people, never give up. Never give up. Because if you give up, then what is your use? Okay? It takes a lot not to give up. It takes a lot not to give up. So never attempt to give up. Okay? Never attempt to give up. So, as I was saying, growing up in Ghana wasn't a bed of roses. Those of you who know me, my mom was a trader. I mean, she was selling kinky. You know what I mean? And my dad was a farmer. So we lived a normal life. I mean, but the drive was, my mother was like, I never went to school. And I would never allow my kids to stay out of school. So her quest to see her children make it, go to school, make it in life was so much. And none of us, I mean, I have big sisters, I have big brothers, none of us disappointed her. We all did our best. And my best is where I am, you know. I took the decision to become a teacher. You know, those days, they always try to sell to us the idea of which job is good and which job is not good. You know what I mean? They sell the idea of which job is respectable and which job is not. Teachers, nobody respected teachers. Nobody respected carpenters. Nobody respected. So there are some jobs, it's like, as for you, yourself, we know they see you, you know. That was how it was. So some of us, thank you, Gifty. Some of us never thought we would become teachers. In fact, right from, you know, those days when we were going to elementary school, they ask you, what do you want to do in the future? I say, oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a teacher. I want to be in fact, teacher was the least mentioned. If you guys remember. Teacher was the least mentioned. People would mention doctor. Oh, pilot. In fact, I wanted to be a pilot. Pilot, papa. And people wanted to be surgeon. Oh, I want to be that. Teachers, no. Nobody wants to be a teacher. Okay? That is how it was. That is how it was. But fortunately or unfortunately, at the point in my life when I got admission, I applied to, when I finished secondary school in 2001, I applied to almost all the schools. UK University, Cape Coast, T. Poly, all of them. In fact, T. Poly was the last one. I was just targeting KNUST because I wanted to be something different than all the normal jobs that they were selling to us. GSS, in fact, in GSS, let me tell you this, in GSS, I actually was writing to this company in South Africa, the Helicopter Training College. I was writing to them. You know, those days in GSS, you were writing pen pass and you were writing letters, you know. Mine was to just, the drive was so in me right from my early stages. I don't know how, but it was just in me that I needed a better and a different life. So when everybody was looking for something, I said, look, I want to be a pilot. And I started writing to this company. They wrote me back. They told me the requirements and how much it would cost. And I realized that as at that time, was it $10,000? I didn't have even, I don't even know how much that was. That was a lot of money. So GSS, and I had, even in primary school, I had this boy whose father was a pilot. So they normally bring magazines of the cockpits, of some parts of the time they are flying. I mean, I was so fascinated with those magazines, and they were glossy magazines, you know, those glossy magazines, free magazines, and I will take it, I will read, and I will look at it the whole night. So I got to GSS and I'm like, let me take action. I wrote to this company. They wrote me back. They gave me all the course list and everything. Then, when we were, you know, GSS, you normally choose a course to do in SSS. That is the senior high school. So I chose a course to do technical. I wanted to go to a technical school because of the pilots. And I heard Koforidua Sectech had, I mean, at first, Nkrumah wanted that school to be a pilot school to train pilots. So the stories and, you know, how boys' school was like. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This is what I want to go. I decided. I went there. They gave me science. I wanted to do electrical engineering. They gave me science. And back in the days, they will always give you a course based on your results. I mean, I don't know who taught them to do that. So I wanted to be electrical engineer because I was thinking, if I go the electrical engineering path, I do electricals, I will build on it, and probably it will take me into the pilot's realm. I did all that I could. This man would not change the course for me. Mr. Asma, he became one of the, I mean, he's one man who taught maths and made, in fact, I love maths because of that man. So it was funny. This guy will not change the thing formula. He will not. Then I was quiet. I did my science. So I did chemistry, I did elective maths, I did tech. So the science, what made our science special was this. It was, instead of biology, I was doing technical drawing. Those of you who know those are technical skills. So I did all that. Then I finished school, completed in 2001. Then started applying to all the universities. Thank you, Blessing. Yes, thank you for watching on Choko's page. So I did all the calculations, applied to all the schools that I needed to apply to. Then I wasn't getting admission. Surprisingly, I wasn't getting admission. I tried and I did all that I could. I spoke to who I need to speak to, connected to who I need to connect to. I wasn't getting admission. Then in 2005, I applied to KNUST again. Then I applied to Winneba. Then I did Takoradi Poly. Takoradi Poly, I wanted to do electrical engineering. KNUST the same. But Winneba, you know, is teaching university, so you must be a teacher. Then boom, Takoradi Poly gave me admission. University of Winneba gave me admission. Now I have to decide. The only guy among sisters, everybody was talking, blah, 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 oh, teacher. I said, man, you people, you don't know. The way where the mine is, no, very far. Then we were just in the house. Then my sister was like, you know what? When you go to Winneba, your job is secured. Poly, you have to come out and look for a job. But I knew the desire and I knew the drive that I had. So I wanted to go and do the electrical engineering that Poly was, even though it was polytechnic. I was like, let me go do it because I know the path I was trying to chart for myself. But they talk. You know, they are the one paying the school fees. So I have to accept. And I accepted. I went to Winneba. And in Winneba, I said, I'm not going to do any course. I'm going to do math. They gave me mathematics. So, because my math was strong. So I decided to go and do it. Winneba, life on Winneba wasn't that simple. But I was determined that I will use the math, because when I got there, you know, those days, there's no career counseling. Nobody tells you what to do and what not to do. And that is one thing, when I came here, I've seen a big difference. In every school, there are counselors, not even one counselor, a lot of counselors, right? And every student had a counselor. So if you have a problem with your grades, you talk to your counselor. If you have a problem with the course, you talk to your counselor. And it was my school, for instance, we have counselors for the first 9th graders, which is in Ghana we'll say SS1. We have counselors for SS2. We have counselors for SS3. We have counselors for those in SS4, which is the 4th grade, the grade 12. So we have counselors for everybody, and we have special counselors who deal with career choices and other things. So these kids here are being directed well. You know, most of my kids, some of them will finish high school and they have a degree already. Some of them will finish, you have diploma already. I mean, if you see the cars they drive, if you see the life they live, yes, we can talk about that later, but you see that the system has been structured to let them grow. Unlike Ghana, after GSS, after class 6, there is nobody to talk to. Nobody tells you what to do. So everybody was just taking any course. People would just go and do any course, just like that. And those courses has nothing to do with your what? With your career choices and the goal that you have as a person. But I had an inner drive, you know. I had an inner drive. Smala, the Third Eye series, I had an inner drive. And I don't know where it came from, but that drive, when I went to Winneba, I said, I will be a teacher with a difference. I want to be a math teacher that is different from all the math teachers or all the teachers I've seen. You know how teachers are considered in Ghana? I mean, they are not paid well. They are considered poor. They are like almost everything about teaching wasn't lucrative. It wasn't nice. So those days I had teachers who inspire us, but look, my brother, there was nothing to be inspired about if you are teaching in Ghana. My sister was a teacher. In fact, she's still a teacher. My big sister. So there was nothing lucrative about it. And I saw her growing up and I saw all that. So I'm like, I don't want to be a teacher. But then destiny happened, situations happen. Then here I am in Winneba. I have to do it myself. So I just told myself, you know what? This is where you are. Why won't you make the best of it? So I took the decision and I I did all that I could. Finished. And right after I finished, I did my service. I went to do my service in IRS because I still didn't see myself going to the classroom. You know how it feels. And what annoys me when we're on campus is you see teachers grouping. You know, they have all these little groups. Teacher group for this, teacher group for that. And the fight. You know what teachers fight about more? Salary, increment, back pay, a loan. That was all they were fighting about. And every day you could see them holding pay slips, and I'm like, what is it with you people and this teaching job? And you want us to come. So the young, you know, really bad those days was purely for teachers and for grown-ups. But the young ones that we went straight from the senior high school to Winneba, we had a different mindset and we had a different life. So when the oldies, they are doing that, they will be laughing. They say, you are coming. Oba, you are coming. And I said, what is this? You guys are holding your pace every day. You are talking about loan. You are talking about high, and teachers love high purchase. Oh, Ghana teachers. High purchase. They'll buy fridge, high purchase. They'll buy TV, high purchase. Radio, even radio to listen to, high purchase. Everything, high purchase. And you don't understand, how can you people be living like this? So some of us, we are like, no, we are not going to live like this at all. We'll be teachers with different. So we went on. Right after school, a lot of my group, my year mates, most of them left the teaching field. Some of them went to the bank, some of them went to industries, some of them went, and some of them even traveled outside. And I know people who studied English in Winneba. They are now nurses in America. I know people who studied French in Winneba. They are now nurses in America and in Canada. Some are in Australia. I know people who studied mathematics, not even any simple course of mathematics, and they are nurses and they are doing different things. People who studied hypers. Winneba hypers are those who we always make fun of them that you know, they did the it's a science-based course though, but it's for the sporting guys. And in blessing, high purchase no, and those who don't know, high purchase don't know. And they cannot just say they be teachers every day. They don't have money, so everything high purchase. So if you see somebody's pay slip, he has bought fridge with this company. He has bought a TV with Quebec. He has bought this with this. Just say I am. And they did that in the Akata General who did that. You know. And we're always fighting them. Why can't you just save money and go and buy this thing? Simple laptop. Teachers will fight and fight and fight before they can. Those days we were supposed to buy a pen drive for class. If you see these old teachers, they will save. They have to save like 6 months before they can buy one pen drive, flash drive. It wasn't a simple thing, but all those things you look at it and like, I don't want to live my life like this, because I have a different plan. So I don't want to live my life like this. But you know, things happen. I mean, a lot of my colleagues actually, some of them who even did sports, some of them were good in basketball, good in, they are nurses here, some are teachers, some are doing different things. Why was everybody running away from the teaching field? Surprisingly, and you know, I mean, let me say this, I know my wife is watching. You see, you know the way they brainwash people to so nobody wanted to marry the teachers. Nobody. If you're a teacher, I tell you, your girl go left you right now. Nobody. So I'm like, what kind of profession is this that everybody wants to run away from, or they are all running away from? And you people want me to go inside. But I sat down and I did my service. So I went to do my service in IRS, and I went to the statistics department. It's not easy to say, very blessing. It's not. I went to do my service in IRS department, the Department of Statistics in IRS. So they collect all the collections, all the taxes they collect from all over the country. Then we are supposed to collect it, put it together, and send a report to Ministry of Finance. So that was our job. In fact, when I go to that department, I'll tell you, it's a whole episode on its own. How things was being done there and how I changed the whole narrative. So I saw myself fitting in that space, and I'm like, let me see if I can fit here. I tried, and my boss said, no. I had a boss, Mr. Belko. So Belko said, no, I'm not going to sign for you. All he needed was to sign for me that I wanted this boy in this department. That's it. Because the job I was doing it. But he will not sign for me. So at the end of my service, I had to go out and look for a job. You know what I mean? I have to go out and look for a job. So I stepped out, started going to 1 or 2 places, and I went back to the mountains because I stayed in the Kwapim Mountains throughout my life. I went to GSS in Ebri. In fact, I've stayed in almost all the towns except one, except Apredi. The last town, you know, I stayed in Ebri, I stayed in Obosumasi, I stayed in Ahiriase, I stayed in Tutu, I stayed in Mampon, I stayed in Ekropon, we stayed in Edukrum, you know, almost all the towns. We stayed on that. My sister, I was living actually with my big sister, so I just went back to the mountains, and I'm like, you know what, let me go and try some of these Ebri girls and all those places and see if I'll get some, how they call it, I'll get some place to teach. So I went to the school and I dropped Mampon Presec. I remember very well. I dropped the application, and in the next 5 minutes, I was out of that campus, coming back to Accra. Then I had a call right after I was almost in Accra. Then the man said, oh, are you the one who brought application right now? And I said, yes. Oh, Johnny, you are in Ebri, eh? Yes, I went to Demos. I attended Demos. That time Demos was Demos, proper Demos, not these days. Mr. Boaben, Mr. Drew. Oh, all nice. Miss Gentry. Miss Gentry was my assistant. No, that was the headmistress. Very nice woman. And these people train us. Seriously. I don't lie to you. They train us. So I was there, and then the man called, and I'm like, okay, I just brought the application. So why are you calling me? He said, you need to come back because we want you. We want to take you. And I'm like, just like that? He said, yes. And that was the beginning of my journey. I went back to the school the following. I told them I'm already in Accra, so I'll come back next week. You know, I was flexing too. You know, man for flex, because I'm like, at the general, so I wanted an excuse so that if I don't get any school, then I just come and say, I just come and tell my madam that that I know they get some more, so we better go look for some bank, make a go job. Make a go job. Then boom, they called me. I said, "Kai, I didn't have fat." I returned the following week, went to file everything. Then the HOD asked me. The HOD asked me, say, can you teach elective maths? I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted to teach. I don't want to teach commerce because I wanted to keep my brain active so that if I want to leave you people, I just leave shum. Because I was still targeting my airport, my pilot job. So I'm like, can you teach elective? I say, I can teach elective maths. Then it's okay. Apparently, the elective maths was left there. The elective maths was left there. Oh, Kwame, your last one was a PTC. Oh, don't worry. I know for the mountains there. So elective maths was left there. Nobody wanted the course. So I just told him I want it. And in fact, I want to teach that thing until I leave the school. They were all laughing. He did his own interview, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, you can start. October, that was 2010. And I started. And I told myself that I don't want to, I don't want to stay there. So that their teacher life will, I'll be infected with their teacher life. So I was still staying in Accra, driving all the way to the mountains every day. Thanks to my wife who, her boss gave us some old car. And those of you who sat in that old car, everybody, you might come, you have to pay a fence, you have to pay royalties. Hey, Suzuki Esteem, my first car. My wife brought the car, said, this car, nah, ain't no good. They said, no, it's been sitting there, so we should just take it and use it and all that. Then we took the car, started using it. So every day I would drive. Every day. Even I told myself that even if I have to take my salary and use all for fuel, I'll do it. I don't want to go and stay there. I didn't want to mingle with the teachers to just become like them. That kind of thing. Because you see their life, you know it before you came. So you don't want to be sitting there doing small concern. They have small cliques and no. I didn't want that. And luckily for me, I met some of my colleagues from Winneba. So they gave me some, little ideas and I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'll move, go and teach. And the moment I finish teaching, I'm back to Accra. The moment I finish teaching, I'm back to Accra. And that is how it was. That is how it was. The days I don't drive, I'll just take my Trotsky and I'm back to Accra. And it was good. It was fun. But even in that classroom community, even in that classroom, the drive was to just, leave. The drive never left me. That's why I keep telling people. So you have one idea when you were a kid. You had one mindset when you were growing up. And they get to a point in their life, they just shut off the whole thing. They say, why do you stop pursuing that dream? Why do you stop? Because when people want to do something and you put your mind to it, it will happen. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the mindset. In fact, even when I finished school, I had no plan. I had traveled once to the UK, but I didn't have any plan of traveling. But every year, those days it was 5 years, almost every time my passport, I'll have to renew it. Then my wife was like, you're not traveling, so why are you renewing this? But I said, you don't know. When opportunity meets me, I want to be prepared. I want to be ready. Look, when I was doing my service in IRS, one of my colleagues was working at DVLA. So quickly, I went there, took the picture, took the test, we did everything, and I got the license. Look, I got my license even long before I had my car. But I was prepared. I was like, I want to be prepared before a car comes into my life. I don't want to be caught unaware. No. Being caught unaware is very dangerous. And I had this mindset that I don't want to regret. You know, somebody told me this one. They said regret is one of the worst cancers that can affect a man. Because looking back and you are like, I wish I should have done this. I wish I could have done this. I should have done this. I could have said this. I should have done this. That thing it kills more than even any malaria in the world. It will eat you up, and if you're not strategic, you're not smart, it will eat you up, and you end up committing suicide. That's why here and all over the world, so many places, people commit suicide, mental health. They are not able to keep that thing out of their life. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to regret. I don't want the story to be told of me. I mean, I want to try. Okay, I want to try, and if I try and I fail, it's better than not try at all. So my students know me. Some of my students are here, they know me. I was telling them in class every day, I said, look, one day you people will come back and I'm not here. So they always say, Mr. Why are you going, Mr. Something? Why? I said, no, you people, you have no idea. Me, my spirit, I'm teaching here, but my spirit is not here. Because I was far away. I was in the classroom teaching, all right, but my spirit was so far away. The dream was very deep. The passion was burning. There was no money to finance the passion. There was no money for me to move or do anything. Even the total connection, I'm like, I don't have the money for it. And I kept that, and I told you last, I kept that in that, look, I want to japa legally. If I want to leave Ghana, I want to leave Ghana legally with the right documentation, with the right job. I don't want to go and be sleeping outside in the cold. No. My body, I feel my body small. You know that? I don't want to go and sleep outside. How we see in the movies, we see in all those documentaries that people show us. How people are struggling in Australia, how people are struggling in Germany, and Hamburg, Abontinso. People are sleeping and all those things. No. I told myself, if I want to travel, I want to travel right. So I had everything there. I was like, I'm just waiting for opportunity to come. And because as a teacher, how much are you getting paid? How much? Nobody. I mean, I wasn't even going for promotion. All those people who are going for promotion, I wasn't going for promotion. I wasn't the promotion type. So almost all the things that I thought, in fact, that was the last year before I left Ghana. That was the last year my HOD, they all forced me. They all took the form, filled it themselves, and they said, look, you are going for this promotion interview. I said, I don't want. Because in the first place, if you go for promotion, how much did they give you? You go for all those interviews, you wear all the suit, wear all the tie. How much do they give you? They don't give you any money in addition to the experience you have gained and all that you have done. So I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in so many things they were doing. If they are talking about jobs for teachers, marking, no, I wasn't going for marking, because I'm like, no. Why are they treating people like you guys need some money, so let's give them some handout? No, I wasn't. I wanted a different life. I was so determined, and that is all I keep telling people: determination. Be determined. Have the drive and keep doing it. Keep working at it. Don't give up. Don't stop. Do not say, "Oh, me cried. I've been too quiet." Because look, do you know what I've tried? You people have no idea. Let me tell you, I've tried schools in India. I've tried schools in Australia. I've tried schools in Norway, Finland, UK. When I was in Winneba, I was writing to the department heads. I would just go to online, go to cafe, buy the time, because we were not having internet. Buy the time, and all I was doing was looking for schools, because my sisters were in the UK, so I was looking for schools in UK. That right after Winneba, I'll go. I will write to the department head, tell him, look, this is my transcript, unofficial transcript. Look at it. What will you tell me? Will I give chance if I come to your school? They said, oh yeah, this one will reply. Some will reply, some will not reply. Those we didn't even know anything. So we'll write it as formal as possible. But some will not reply. Then boom, some of them were replying. University of Sheffield, they were replying me. I wanted to do financial mathematics because I was like, if I can't get the pilot, then I must do something with this math that I'm learning. I must do something with it. I was so determined. I was so passionate, you know. And I see people messing their life doing things. And look, those who know me on Winneba campus will tell you, I was doing everything. I was doing everything. So at a point, if you need anything, look, those times, you know, when the era where people started copying MP3 files on pen drive and MP3 files on their phones, who were the ones doing it? I had a little software, and I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a laptop. So I'll sit behind my friend's laptop, his computer, HP desktop. And all I did was downloaded that software, and I'll convert the music. So like all the music I think of any music, convert the music to MP3 format, compress it, then I'll send it to your phone for a fee. That's how I was eating. Not that I was so hard, but I was like, I wanted my own freedom. I don't want to be depending on my siblings for them to send me my stipend before I'll be able to. No, I wanted that freedom, that financial freedom that, hey, if I want to go to this place, I should go. If I want to buy this, I should buy. I wanted that, you know, because you see people growing up, we see people having that kind of life. So why can't I have it? So I'll do the thing. If you bring your phone, if I give you 2 music, you have to pay like $5 Ghana cedis. If I give you 3, you have to pay. And you know, all these people, they had phones, but they were not having any, and their tones were those bad tones. So they wanted different tone, you know. They want, if the phone is ringing, it should ring some Daddy Lumba song. Yeah, that one. That was what we were doing. Jarvis, just give me some few minutes. That was what we're doing, you know. And we'll do that in the evening. We use the money to eat. So the guys I was in, I'm a very good friend, Katuso. I was using his computer. Then we'll use the money, go to the canteen, school canteen, go and find something to eat. Because I just come back there. And that was a drive. It was like, I just want to be financially free and financially ready for anything, you know. And that was a quest. I never stopped. So I'm telling you guys, do not stop. If you want to jackpot, if you want to live, it's not a crime to live. Those of you who believe in the Bible says what? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So it means you can live anywhere on this planet, and no one should make you feel guilty about it. I mean, you couldn't tell me that I shouldn't go anywhere. No, you cannot. No one should make you feel guilty about it. And look, if anybody tells, oh, it's wrong, you can't, I said, no. What about those who left? What about those who left? Give me a minute. What about those who left? You know, those who left before us. Excuse me. Is that? Oh, you can come in. You can come in. Just lay low. You know, what about those who left? What about those who left before us? And they can follow more coin. Oh yeah, Daniel, MP3 converter. I'll convert it for you right now. Then I'll send it on online, and I'll compress it. You know, then I'll compress it more, just so that I can push it to your phone. Then I'll connect your phone to the computer. Then I'll push it on you. What is it?
My balloon went all the way up to the tree.
Sorry. So that was what we're doing, and the drive was there. It never stopped. So I'm telling you, this jackpot journey is not an easy journey. It's not a simple one. The drive has to be there. You have to be committed. You have to be extra committed, guys. You have to be extra committed. Those of you who have reached out to me already, I am telling you, it is not a simple thing. The process from days ahead, we are going to do a lot of tutorials, how to answer the questions, how to do the interviews. I mean, there's a lot for us to do. So you just have to keep up, and please do the things and read. Look, no one can do this thing for you, and do not allow anyone to do it for you and charge you money. You have to do this by yourself. Trust me, you have to do this by yourself. Okay? You have to do this by yourself. Jarvis, you want to say something? Yeah, hello? Jarvis wants to join the live. Let me see. Irene, God bless you too. God bless you so much. All right? God bless you. Oh, yes, Daniel, it's true. You need a different mindset to break out. You need a different mindset. You need a different mindset to break out. You need a different mindset. Oh, Jarvis, you are not adding up. So as I was saying, the drive must be up. The drive must be up. Please do not stop. Make sure your documentations are easy, are there. Check. No, you can't get it. No, you can't get it. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll pay you. Where's the GPS? Put the GPS on.
It's coming down.
It's not.
Wait.
No. Don't worry, sir.
Please don't.
So please keep the drive up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Check your documents every day. And it's a whole process. All the things everyone is preaching. Choco is preaching, Just Ask Nancy is preaching, Amma Manson is preaching. Everyone talking about this, talks about it in the mindset that you should be prepared. You don't wake up one day and just appear here. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm in the US. Oh, yes, there's a lot of agencies, Danny. There's a lot of agencies. And are you not part of the Telegram page? Check the pin message on my page right now, my Facebook page. I put the link for the Telegram group. There's a lot of people there. We are almost 100 people, more than 100. And I've shared some information with them. So when you get in, just ask. They've pinned all the important links and everything up there. So I got a very good class prefects who are helping me out. So in fact, I was a class prefect when I was in senior high school at JSSO. It was sweet, class prefect. You write people's name, they'll beat them. So, all right. So that's what I'm saying. Just keep up. Do not give up, because there are better places outside. This teaching thing that we all downgraded, downplayed. That is what has given us. In fact, that's what has given me this opportunity. If I had run out of the teaching profession, imagine if I had run out. I was looking for all the nice jobs, the tie wearing jobs. You want to be a tax officer, you want to be office boy, those ones. If I ran out to those places, I'm sure I will not be here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been here. So I'll urge all of us, keep up with the vim. Do not give up on your dream. And I've said it already, and I'll say it again. Do not let anyone, any Pan-Africanist, tell you that you live in Ghana or you live in Africa, you are not patriotic. No, you have the right. It is your God-given right. It is your human right to live anywhere you want to live your life. We are all Pan-Africanists. We all believe in Africa. We all believe in our countries. But there are times in our life that you realize that, hey, things need to change. Look at your own personal life. Look at your own personal circumstances and situations. Then you make a decision. I know sometimes, we've all been there. If you listen to Dare to Me, I know those of you on the page, you know Dare to Me. So passionate. Motivation. I mean, all the motivational books we are ready to. John C. Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, going up, meet you there, meet you up there. All those things. Oh, my brother. We have read it. We have committed. Some of them were were really, really, really deep committed to them. We're reading them. We say, yeah, we are motivated. We are going to make it in Ghana. But it comes at times you look at the things and you are like, no, this is my own life, and I must take it into deep consideration. Yes, Ahmed, I shared it. It's pinned on my page at the top. So if you go to my page right now, you can see it. So I'm driving, so I cannot share the link again. Yeah, but if anybody has the link, if anyone is in the Telegram group, please, you can share the link for those who want to join to click on it. Yes. You go to the top there, you can share the link for them to join. So that is it. You know, there was some police there. If you do print, they follow you. Yeah, that is American for you. Even as you are driving, the police are there. And you see, some of the youth teachers, to even buy a car, it's a struggle. Teachers will save and save. In fact, none of them want to buy a car. None of them. They want to buy some land and start building, and they will build and build and build. And when they come to retirement, unfortunately, some of them they died before even enjoying the building. I know one of my English teachers. In fact, two of them. One was my colleague in Mampong, and one was my former teacher in my Sectec, Kufuria Sectec. They all came arrived from retirement, less than a year, and unfortunately, they are gone. They died. So I asked myself, so they couldn't enjoy the toil of their labor before they died. Some of them didn't even finish. Two of them they didn't even finish processing their SNIT, and boom, they are gone. So I'm telling you, as a teacher, do not think, oh, this is the end of the world. So, oh, the Pan-Africanists, all those people, motivational speakers, will tell you, oh, you can make it everywhere. You can make it in Ghana. You can make it in Zimbabwe. You can make it in Lesotho. But all those people, they are all gone out and come back. None of them stayed in Ghana. And Choco will always tell, even Kwame Nkrumah had to leave Ghana in order to be able to save Ghana. You know, we always leave home to feed home. So you don't stay there. Is that not what the accounts will always say? So you don't stand in the anthill to remove the ants from you. So if your poverty is killing you, you don't stand. You don't sit in the poverty and say, "Oh, you are trying to." No. If a naked person wants to give you cloth, he himself is naked. So how is he going to give you the cloth? Don't let anyone deceive you that, oh, it's not possible. You cannot make it. And you can make it in Ghana. And those outside, they are suffering. Who told you they are suffering? If you come right, you will not suffer. Trust me, my brother. If you come right, if you travel right, you will not suffer. You will not struggle. Okay? You actually make it. And you'll be successful. So my only advice and my only encouragement to you is to travel right. Have your documentations. Make sure everything is right before you step out. We are going to go through all those things. One of the videos, I'll show you how to fill all those applications. Maybe I have to do a video on it. Walk you through the application process in each of the agencies and all that. And we see. And by the grace of God, inshallah, people will move. Yes, people will move. You guys will make it. And I believe if you do it right, and please, do not let any agent deceive you that they can fill the application for you. Do not let any agent deceive you. Do not go and pay any money to anybody to fill the application for you. You are a university graduate. You can read, you can write. In fact, you did com skills, you did writing, you did AC. You know how to write, you know how to type. And even if you don't know how to type, A1, B1, do it. And fill that application yourself and do it right. Please do it right. So I'll leave you here. It's just a little, chat I wanted to have with everyone. Yeah, the Telegram link, let me pack and I'll paste it again in the chat so that you can use it. Or if anyone is already on this page, they can also copy it and share with you. Now I'm driving, so I cannot type as I'm driving. All right. Yeah. So someone will post it for you to see, or you go to my page at the top. I've pinned it there, so you can just click on it and go in. Yeah. So that is my story. Just a little bit of it. This is just a little bit of it. I will walk you through how I did the application and what happened and how I was able to get the interviews done. Because all the interviews, I didn't go anywhere. You sit in your house and you do the interview. They will ask you all the questions. 40 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You have to do it. Yes, nobody did the thing for me. So if somebody filled the application for you, when it comes to the interview, how are you going to answer the questions? They want to see that it's you. You are the same person who filled the application. You know you are a teacher. You are teaching, so you know your stuff. You know the things that you've written there. So please, I am begging you. DIY is what we are doing. Do it yourself. Traveling, things have changed. You cannot travel with fake agents. Never let them deceive you to pay $10,000, $50,000 for information that you can get for free. Please. Okay? So if you have any questions, please make sure. Diplomatic teachers. No, to teach in the United States, I think I'll have to do a video on it. Okay, the requirements and all the documentations. So don't worry, you'll be seeing one video dedicated for documentation. All right, we'll talk documentation. Maybe this evening or tomorrow, we'll talk documentation. Okay, we'll talk documentation so that you can gather your documents and make sure you are qualified before you even start applying. Because I don't want you to start and give up and say, oh, this guy deceived us. No, you need to make sure that you are qualified before you start that journey. Yes. So we'll talk documentation today. I will try my best. My schedules are tight, but I will try my best for us to talk documentation today or tomorrow. Okay? Yes. So have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Thank you. If you think this video is worth it, you can share it to your friends. You can share it to your colleagues. You can share it for somebody, at least. Maybe, just maybe, it will help change that person's destiny. You know what I mean? It will help change that person's situation. So I wish you all the best. And as Struggle will always say, we don't need more money, we need more wisdom. But I will say, in all you're getting, get wisdom. In all you're getting, get wisdom. That's what the book of Proverbs said. In all you're getting, get wisdom. So when you're get wisdom. All right. So I wish you all the best. Let's link up. Jarvis, yes, I tried connecting you, but you were not connecting. So maybe another time. Okay. All right. In all you're getting, get wisdom. Let's travel right. I wish you all the best. Safe.